When creating new analysis applications, you can choose between blank or predefined templates that correspond to various design and business needs. When you choose a predefined template, the system automatically creates a copy. You can change the copy according to your needs. In this tutorial, you will review the features of the AdHoc Analysis template. Give your application a name and description. In this tutorial, the values have already been entered for you. By default, the template is loaded with an empty data source assigned to the alias DS1. Let's assign a data source to DS1. Enter the connection and data source names. In this tutorial, these have already been entered for you. The AdHoc Analysis template is a predefined template showing one crosstab by default. The template features several tools to manage your data source and visualization. In the navigation panel, you can change your view to see different dimensions or key figures. The hierarchy panel specifies the hierarchical dimensions the user can expand or collapse. It also allows the user to activate or deactivate certain hierarchical structures. Deactivate the regions hierarchy. Note that the region column no longer displays the hierarchies. Next, click the Totals button. The Total window specifies whether to show or hide totals and subtotals. Totals are hidden if only one member is available. This makes the crosstab easier to read. Next, set a filter to show only data from the US. The crosstab now only shows US data. Next, create a bookmark for this page. Verify that the bookmark was saved. The US Revenue bookmark now appears in the Select Bookmark dropdown. The Refresh button refreshes data from the back end. Note that since the data source was not modified, there are no changes expected after the refresh. Next, switch the display mode between table and chart. The predefined action button on the right-hand footer allows you to export the crosstab and share the application. The predefined actions include exporting the crosstab to an Excel or CSV file, printing a what you see is what you get copy of the application, and sharing a bookmark using a URL. Next, let's explore the Settings button on the left side of the footer. The predefined Settings button delivers additional information and controls the initial view. You can click Information to see the query technical name, query description, and date of last update. The Set as Initial View button personalizes the current state of the application as the initial view. The Reset Initial View button resets the application's original view. The AdHoc Analysis template has a Personalize panel that lets you modify your crosstab display settings. The table defaults in Analysis mode, which shows interactive objects such as sort and hierarchy buttons on the header. Choosing Display mode will hide the interactive objects in the crosstab. Conditional formatting uses color or symbols to highlight exceptions that have been predefined in the data source. Totals define how totals and subtotals are displayed. Let's display the conditional formatting. The crosstab displays conditional formatting rules that were set for the net value measure. Now we'll return to the Design tool to look at the decimal and scaling features. The decimals and scaling factors buttons are hidden by default. Change the Visible property to show and use these features. Note that the net value no longer has decimals. Next, change the scaling factor to 1000. The net value measure now displays in thousands. Finally, the AdHoc Analysis template specifies the global script variables you can use for the whole application. You can enter these as URL parameters to control your application at runtime. Let's go back to the Design tool and have a close look at this feature. The table shows the global variables xNav, xQuery, xSystem, and xType are all specified as URL parameters. Note that the name of a global script variable must start with an X when used as a URL parameter. The onStartup parameter defines how the global variables will affect the behavior of the application when added as a URL parameter. The first part of the script displays the navigation panel when xNav is equal to X. The second part sets the data source's name to the value of X query, the connection to the value of X system, and the type to the value of X type. The data source is then assigned to the alias DS1. To illustrate this feature, we will assign the parameters shown on screen to the application. We will do this by adding the displayed string to the end of the application URL. The application reloaded according to the URL parameters. You have successfully reviewed the features of the AdHoc Analysis template in SAP BusinessObjects Design Studio 1.3. For more SAP Business Intelligence tutorials, visit sap.com/learnbi.